Tonight on Panorama, we go behind the click to expose what happens when you buy from the world's biggest online retailer.
The level of pressure on people is just incredible. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Undercover at Amazon, the job that pushes workers to the limit.
Never done a job like this. The pressure is unbelievable.
A job where every second counts, with workers racing a computerized clock.
3, 2, 1.
Even when the lights don't work.
14 seconds to try and see in the dark.
A workplace that could damage your health.
The characteristics of this type of job, the evidence shows increased risk of mental illness and physical illness.
The big Christmas shop is changing. There's been a revolution in the way we buy. Every year, we do more and more shopping online. Shopping is now something that we can do on our own, on our laptops or in our homes. The physical side, that's done by other people. We don't see that anymore. And one company has led the way, the biggest online retailer on the planet.
How much of your Christmas shopping will be done on Amazon?
Lots. About probably 40%.
I like it because it's quick and easy to do.
Easy, trustworthy. It's just exciting to have it coming to your doorstep as well.
Amazon used to sell only books, but now you can buy virtually anything. Cheap and efficient from click to your door. Who wouldn't want that?
Amazon is an amazing company from our perspective because despite the fact that it turned over $61 billion in revenue last year, it's still continuing to grow at a phenomenal rate. There seems to be nothing that Amazon is unable to sell because it has a really strong business model and a really strong customer base.
Well, this is where your click becomes real. Most of what you choose on the site is stored in a series of warehouses.
So when you buy on Amazon, it's just one click. But that click lands here at one of Amazon's enormous distribution centres, and inside someone's got to go and find the thing you just bought.
There are 8 of these warehouses across the UK. They cover nearly 5 million square feet. At this time of year, Amazon employs around 20,000 people. But the unions have been complaining about the working conditions.
The level of pressure on people is just incredible. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Independently, we spoke to more than 30 former workers. A few were positive but wouldn't be filmed. Most were critical.
This job doesn't compare to any other jobs I've done, to be honest.
It's the most depressing place I've ever been to.
A disgusting place to work. It just seemed really quiet, eerie. It was like a funeral most of the time.
It's a big, dark, gloomy place. You know, people are just in lines and lines, like you said, like robots.
The only way I'd ever go back to Amazon is if I had nothing left.
Amazon says it's proud of providing a safe and positive workplace, and that these descriptions don't reflect the views of the vast majority of its employees. Well, we want to find out what it's like inside by going undercover. So we took advice. Chris used to work as a security guard for Amazon. He's asked us to hide his face and disguise his voice. He says getting a hidden camera inside will be hard. To prevent theft, there's CCTV, and workers have to regularly walk through airport-style security.
Whenever you do leave, you've got your airport scanners. You also get random searches. So you're sending somebody in there. All I can say to him is, good luck. I doubt very much if you're getting out with any footage, to be honest. I think that will be confiscated quite quickly. So good luck with that.
This is the man who's going to try to check out Amazon. Adam Littler is a 23-year-old graduate. He keeps himself fit and he's done manual work before.
When I've worked in these factories and warehouses and doing these manual jobs, I've found that they have been physically demanding, but it's never been any more than I've expected. So it's it's not been an issue.
He's got a job at Amazon through an agency. We think we found a way to smuggle our secret camera past security. We're in. This is the Swansea warehouse, 800,000 square feet of storage. His job is as a picker. He collects what we buy from the miles of shelving. And this beep controls his working life. The handset tells Adam what to collect and put on his trolley. It gives him a set number of seconds to find each product. The screen counts him down.
There's the countdown.
For the first month, before we started the secret filming, Adam worked on the day shift. We gave him a wristband that measures his mileage.
I've been monitoring my walking today using this wristband, and it's told me that I've walked just short of 6 miles today.
Later, Adam gets put on the night shift. This means his pay goes up from £6.50 to £8.25 an hour. It's 4 shifts a week. They are 10.5 hours long with an hour break. The trolley is heavy and he's really feeling the strain.
It's heavy.
Items are stored on 4 floors. The cart travels in a lift. Adam must take the stairs. And on the night shift, his mileage is increasing. Adam is finding it exhausting.
I managed to walk or hobble nearly 11 miles, just short of 11 miles last night. Yeah, I'm absolutely shattered. My feet are the thing that's bothering me the most, to be honest. Today was a bit of a struggle really, because I've dropped another blister or 2 on my feet.
Amazon says new recruits are warned some jobs are physically demanding. They say some workers seek these positions as they enjoy the active nature of the work. There are other issues inside. The lights are activated by motion sensors. They don't always work. It means Adam is sometimes working in the dark.
Let's see where I'm going. Guess which bin. Seconds to try and see in the dark.
And even in the dark, his scanner is still counting down the seconds.
10 seconds.
It happens regularly, but Amazon told us there are thousands of lights in their centres and occasionally faults develop, which they work quickly to fix. I met up with Adam after a shift. He says he's exhausted because the work is non-stop.
You know, if you're watching this at home, people might think, well, that's a really good system. He's worked every minute of his shift.
Yeah, you obviously expect to work hard and put the effort in, but it's just the added pressure. There's a lot of walking involved. The cart gets very heavy. It's quite grueling on the body, really.
So Adam's finding the 10.5-hour night shifts hard. The experts we consulted say he shouldn't even be doing them.
If the work involves heavy physical or mental strain, then that night worker should not work more than 8 hours in any 24-hour period. The basis for that is to protect the rights and interests of the employees.
That could put Amazon in breach of the working time regulations. But Amazon told us its night shift is lawful. They sought expert advice to ensure the shifts comply with all relevant legal requirements. Just down the road in Cardiff, Paul Kame runs a very different kind of warehouse. He sells books, wholesale, online and through his own shops. The staff here have a similar job to Adam, and Paul has to get the best from them.
In a small business, everybody pulls together. If they're falling behind because we're busy, then they just shop for a bit of help. No, I wouldn't work them into the ground.
Paul's business is struggling, and that's partly due to the rise of Amazon.
We're looking at the new Alex Ferguson biography. I think it's been the fastest selling non-fiction hardback ever.
And that's what you want? That's good for you?
He's now trying to sell his books on Amazon. Amazon allows other retailers to sell through their site, giving them greater exposure, but they have to pay 15% commission. And Paul says he can't match Amazon's prices.
You can see Amazon on the top, selling at £12. Right. And we're down, let's see, why not count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. At £15.42.
But if you're more than £3 more expensive than Amazon, who are up at the top of the list, how many copies will you sell then?
I might not sell any on there.
Amazon has undoubtedly changed the industry. They've lowered prices and are trusted by millions of shoppers.
So it's grim for you, but isn't it good for consumers? Because they now can get much cheaper books.
Bottom line, probably a lot of people would think, yes, they are benefiting from it. It's pushed the price down.
The British taxpayer has helped Amazon build its business in the UK. The Scottish government awarded Amazon a grant of £6.8 million in return for the promise of 1,700 jobs. And the Welsh government awarded Amazon a grant of £8.8 million towards the warehouse where Adam has been working. And that's not all. This road shows how much effort was made to get Amazon to come to South Wales. When Amazon were considering this site, they said, look, we're going to need a road. And the Welsh Assembly government said, fine, we'll build you a road. And £4.9 million later, trucks are on the road, which is called Ford Amazon in Welsh, which for the rest of us is Amazon Way. The Welsh Assembly says the investment was worthwhile because it will create 1,200 jobs in Swansea. And Amazon told us it's invested more than £1 billion and created 5,000 permanent jobs across the UK. Back in the warehouse, Adam is struggling. His target is to pick 110 items per hour. That's nearly 2 a minute. His scanner shows him how he's getting on.
So I'm doing 92 items an hour. I'm running around. How does that work?
He's working hard, but he rarely reaches his target.
So you can do it if you're basically running. But who's going to be running continuously for 10 hours? Now it's sending backwards, giving me 15%. Never done a job like this. The pressure is unbelievable.
Every time Adam scans a wrong item, the handset lets him know. It happens regularly. The beeping is starting to get under his skin.
Hate that beeping noise, mate.
It's a nightmare. Last night I had trouble falling asleep because the beeping sounds that the scanners make were just going off in my head.
The scanner allows managers to see how fast Adam has been picking over the last few weeks.
So the averaging was 80 units an hour against the target 110, okay? So you're doing 72% the target.
Right.
Now for you, for your 7th week, I would expect that to be slightly higher, if not hitting 100%. So you should, in my opinion, you should be around the 105, 110 mark. You should be on that by now, alright?
Adam's not the only worker who seems to be struggling to meet targets.
Are you eating your target?
No. Are you not?
I did 65 when he came round earlier for break. He said, I want to see you within 75 in the afternoon. Do you think you can do it? I said, I can only but try.
You've got to rely on having a couple of really good picks to kind of knock your scores up. I don't think it's possible to do otherwise. Like, that's like running.
Amazon says productivity targets are set objectively based on previous performance levels achieved by the workforce. Most people in the warehouse seem to have targets, like this shelf stacker.
Do you have targets as well?
90 an hour on this.
Is that easy or not?
Shit, shelves.
No then.
Oh, it can be.
Can be.
It can be quite easy, but other times it's... hand me a f***ing gun so I can shoot myself.
For those 10 hours, we are basically machines, we are robots. You know, we plug our scanner to, well, we're holding it, but we might as well be plugging it into ourselves. You know, we don't think for ourselves. I don't know. Maybe they don't trust us to think for ourselves as human beings. I don't know.
Hitting targets matters. If you miss them, you can face disciplinary action.
Scores a little bit down. Last week it's very down 40 hours. Pick the big singles. 95% on one and 82 on another. A bit lower so. Try to pick up for next week, right?
He was picking an item on average every 37 seconds. Amazon want him to be 4 seconds quicker.
So if they were low next week now, we'd have a conversation. Low the week after, you go on council and then you start on mornings.
On another shift, Adam asks a different manager what will happen if he doesn't speed up.
If you like don't consistently hit the target on all of them, what does that just? You just get sacked.
Obviously, if you're not, you won't get sacked. You'll probably. There's a various stages. It takes about 5 to 6 weeks. You'll get sort of verbal counselling, for example, and productivity. If you're still underperforming, then it may get escalated the following week after. Okay.
Right, okay.
Of course, many companies have performance targets, and Amazon says only 2 of its 5,000 permanent employees have been sacked for poor productivity this year. But Amazon wouldn't tell us how many temporary workers, like Adam, were affected. He's found it a tough job with tough targets, but could it also be bad for Adam's health? Professor Michael Marmot is an expert on stress at work.
As soon as you pick the item scan, it will start counting down on the screen to get to the next location.
Counting down, giving you a time?
Yeah.
So are you literally against the clock for each stage of the journey? It's telling you how long you have to get to the next location?
Yeah, it counts down. 6, 9. Then you scan the item and it resets.
So what does Professor Marmot think of what he's seen?
What we know about work environments suggests that various dimensions of the work environment are bad for health. And it's almost as if what I've just heard has taken them all of them, and distilled them into a short, sharp shock and said, here you are, here's all the bad stuff, all at once.
Professor Marmot has no doubt that working like this can be bad for your health. A job where you have little control but are under pressure can be a dangerous combination.
The characteristics of this type of job, the evidence shows increased risk of mental illness and physical illness.
Amazon says staff safety is its #1 priority, and official safety inspections have not raised concerns. An independent expert appointed by Amazon said the job isn't unusual and does not increase the risk of mental and physical illness. But any kind of sickness at Amazon can come at a price. The company operates a disciplinary system based on points. Adam was told if he got 3 points, he'd be fired. A day off for illness earns you 1 point. Even going home sick gets you ½ point.
It was a Friday afternoon, I rang in sick, and they got a point straight away for it.
I had to go home about halfway through the shift because I've been throwing up, and I got ½ point for that.
I threw my back out. I then received a point for that sickness. Once you build up 3 points, you are out of a job. Once you hit 1 point, it's a warning, 2 points, it's a final warning, and your 3rd point is get out the door.
Amazon says only 11 of its permanent employees have been dismissed for attendance this year, and the system they use is fair and predictable. Back in the warehouse, Adam's picking up disciplinary points. Being late costs ½ point, and Adam's been late twice. But then he's told there's another late he didn't know about.
On a Tuesday, you clocked in at 2 minutes past.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Most time 1 minute, you get away with it, 2 minutes, yeah.
So, for being 2 minutes late, he's got another ½ point. It's getting more serious. He has 1½ points.
You've got that run after tonight, but you have a warning.
It's a warning.
So just wait for the drop off before you decide to come in on the day off. Yeah?
The points will be cleared from his record after 3 months, but even if Adam doesn't reach 3 points, he might not keep his job. Amazon is taking on 15,000 temporary workers for Christmas. Adam's told after the holidays, those with the worst records will go.
Good evening.
Am I likely to still be here in January? How long is...
Your points down, and your warning's down, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be. If they're going to bin all of the shitty blockers with 8 points and 8 warning.
So there's no general...
No general guarantee, but the lower points and the less warnings, the more likely I'd stay on.
It's organisational injustice. It's not my boss is a rotter and treats me badly and he's unfair to me. It's not that. It's the sense that the way the organisation is structured is unjust and there's injustice.
Amazon strongly denies exploiting its workers or dismissing them without good reason. It says it's created 2,300 new permanent positions, but simply cannot retain 15,000 seasonal workers. Local book trader Paul Kame is still struggling to compete. Today he's closing his shop in Monmouth. It's the 7th he's closed in the last 5 years.
This shop will close in the next 30 minutes. Tonight we will stock take the shop, and tomorrow a couple of my lads will be up and we'll pack everything away. So yeah, difficult, emotional, not something you want to go through as often as I've had to over the past 5 years. That's okay.
Really enjoyed it.
Thanks for all the support. You know, we tried. So yes, it's a sad day, but thanks again for everything. All good things come to an end.
Yeah.
Oh. Difficult.
Back in the warehouse, Adam has told his managers about his blisters. He's been moved to a picking job that involves less walking. But it's still more than 6 miles a night.
Not fun. Are you feeling alright?
Yeah, not bad. It's just can't do the last couple of hours. Like,
can't kill it, do it? Did I keep a Red Bull for the last couple of hours? Doing good anyway, so don't worry about it. Right. Just walk, you know, sleepwalk, yeah?
On this job he works a smaller area but has higher targets. He's hitting them some of the time.
Right, it's a really, really good effort so far, 226.
Okay.
So target's 210.
Okay.
So you're doing above and beyond that, which is really good.
But he always tires as the shift wears on. His pick rate falls and the managers can see it.
171 so far for it.
Yeah.
so bad. So, yeah, you're getting tired now.
Yeah, that's it. I'm struggling towards the last couple of hours now.
It's hard going. Just try and keep it around the 170 mark, alright? Try not to dip too low.
Yeah, it's like, that's as fast as I could go.
On another shift, Adam feels unwell, so has to go home. That's another disciplinary offence and another half a point. So when he comes in for his next shift, he's up to 2 points. That means a final warning.
Knock yourself on the counter now, 2 points, eh?
That's okay.
Feeling better now?
Yeah, a bit better.
Name side.
Okay. Yes.
That's him?
Alright.
Careful on your points now, yeah?
Yep.
Adam's now back on the tougher shifts. He's on 2 points and has a final warning. We think he's seen enough and he resigns. For Adam, life behind the click was hard.
Like a lot of people, I'm used to Amazon as a customer, and it's convenient and bright. So I sort of thought if I was going to go and work for the company, it would sort of be a happy, positive place, but it seems to be the complete opposite, to be quite honest. It's not like any other job that I've done before.
Paul Kame, the Cardiff book trader, is trying to fight back. Tonight is the launch party. Paul has got his own website.
Long overdue. A dream of my son's. If you'd like to, I think we should click it together. Just to launch it and go live. We will be able to be more competitive with prices. That is the 15% that we're paying Amazon, we can use to discount books a bit more. You know, I did say at the beginning, if we can't beat them, join them.
There's no doubt Amazon has forced the competition to change. They've told us they rely on the good judgment of thousands of employees. Together, we're working hard to make sure we're better tomorrow than we are today. What's certainly true is from click to delivery, they're cheap and efficient. But does that efficiency come at a price for workers?
This is happening in our backyard. This is happening in this country. And this being seduced by getting a couple of pounds off a product, you've got to ask yourself, what price are we paying?
Now, if you say to me, yeah, but there are always going to be menial jobs. Well, of course. But we can make them better or worse. And it seems to me the demands of efficiency at the cost of individuals' health and well-being has got to be balanced.
Millions of us will be buying presents on Amazon over the next couple of weeks. The Amazon click has made our Christmas easier and given us more time. But the fetching and carrying hasn't gone away. It's just being done by someone else, working hard and up against the clock. Next week, the billion-pound question: how safe is our aid money? We investigate what happens to cash that should be saving lives.